Good morning, North Posey. I'm Cage Christie.
And I'm Abigail. Welcome to this special fall sports edition of NPTV.
We'd like to begin by congratulating the girls golf team on a strong season. The team ended the season at 2-8, but saw steady improvement throughout the season, and most players achieved a new personal best. Congratulations, Lady Vikings. If you are interested in playing golf next year, please contact Miss Daly.
Congrats again to Coach Daly and the Viking golf team. Next, we're going to shift focus to our volleyball team, coached by Miss McCauley. This group has certainly had a season to remember. At this point, they have an overall record of 22 wins and 5 losses. In conference play, they've only had 1 loss and are ranked second in the PAC. This team is genuinely fun to watch, and not only do our girls hold a winning record, but our student section has turned out in force. Who can forget this memorable moment when Viking Nation rushed the court after the defeat of Mater Dei?
That's a moment to make anyone proud to be a Viking. Katie has senior volleyball player Julia Fulop over at our entertainment corner with some information about this year's volleyball season and what we can look forward to in sectionals this week.
Thank you for being here today, Julia. Volleyball has had a great season so far this year. How would you describe this year's team as a whole, and what are some of the team's strongest assets?
I'd like to say that our team is fairly determined. We don't like to lose, so whenever we are losing, we just fight harder to not get back in the lead. Our strongest assets are probably our determination and our will to win. I cannot describe how much we hate losing. After every loss, we get so mad, and it just makes us want to win even more.
What was the most exciting game of the season?
We've had several. The Mater Dei game was definitely super exciting, and then this past weekend we played Wright at a tournament, and we lost them in regular season, but we got redemption this past weekend, which was really awesome because they're always a school that we like to beat, and it just feels good to beat a bigger school.
That's great. Many of the players have mentioned that they look up to you as the mom of the team. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel fairly accomplished as team captain because that's all you can really hope for, and to be that leader. But it just makes me feel like I've done my job, I guess.
What has been the funniest moment of the season?
Oh gosh. When Emma Hall face planted in the middle of the game after tripping over our setter Addie, she probably laid on the ground for over half of that rally, and everyone was like laughing in the middle of it. We ended up losing the rally, but it was really funny, and it kind of switched our momentum because I don't think we were doing very good at that point of the game. But it was still really cool.
How do you feel about the sectional draw?
It's not the best sectional draw, but we were going to meet up with Tecumseh somehow or another. But Tell City, we beat them in regular season, but they're still not a pushover. The Tecumseh game will be a big game though, so it was bound to happen.
Thank you for all this information, Julia. Now sending it back over to Cage and Abigail for a look at some of the recent excitement from our fall break sectional action.
While most of the student body got to take some time off to relax last week, many of our North Posey athletes were at their busiest point of sectional play.
The boys tennis team competed in sectionals against Tecumseh over the break. Though we didn't get an overall team win, senior Chase Crone won at number 2 singles, and junior Max Renshaw won his match at number 1 singles. This win improved his singles record to 20-1. He will now move on to regionals at Bedford North Lawrence on Saturday.
Well done, Max. On behalf of everyone here at NPSN, we wish you all the best as you compete this weekend. Next up, we'd like to recognize our boys soccer team, who has also had a busy week of sectional play. The team, coached by Mrs. Brashears, beat Evansville Day School in the first round of sectionals thanks to some impressive penalty kicks by Riley Basham, Jonathan Dill, Landon Ebley, and Dylan Helford. They moved on to defeat Northeast Du Bois 4-3 in a last-minute upset.
Though they fought hard against Forest Park on Saturday, they weren't quite able to edge out the Rangers and went home without the sectional trophy, but finished their season with their heads held high. Just making it to the final round of sectionals surprised some people. The team had a new coaching staff, some new players, and progressed well throughout their time on the field. We had about 3 times more goals this year than last. The Vikings finished their season at 4 wins, but that's a strong improvement from last year's 1 win.
We'd like to congratulate seniors Cordell Straub, Landon Epley, Jonathan Dill, Christian Green, and Riley Basham for all of the dedication they put forth in the years playing for North Posey. Reagan has senior captain Riley Basham at our sports desk to tell us a bit more about this team.
Thank you for joining us today, Riley. I have some questions about this year's season. What was your favorite part of the season?
This is a given, but probably just making it to the sectional championship after we weren't even expected to make it that far. Definitely an upset against Northeast Du Bois.
How would you describe this year's team?
Very determined. Even whenever we were down, I can't tell you how many times we got back in the lead or tied it up. And in the end, a lot of times it just didn't work out for us, but the fact that we did get back up there was a big statement.
Which teammate is the most different on the field compared to what he's like in the classroom?
Probably Troy Boyd. Troy Draghi is very intense at soccer, the most intense player we have. And then outside of soccer, he's super laid back, like the most laid back person you'll ever meet.
Was there a standout moment from the sectional tournament?
Our rally against Northeast Du Bois. We were down 2 goals with like 3 minutes left and just came back and won it.
Thank you for all this information. Now we're sending it back to Cage and Abigail for an update on the cross-country team.
The cross-country team had an awesome showing at sectionals this last week. 53 girls from around the area competed at sectionals. Sophomore Olivia Eschi placed 3rd overall and Abigail Pardon placed 18th. For the boys, freshman Cade Beaker placed 16th and junior Gavin Wheeler placed 27th. All 4 runners earned the chance to advance to regionals at Pride's Creek this Saturday. Abigail, on behalf of the entire NPTV crew, I want to congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Cage. Next up, we have girls soccer. Our wonderful soccer team is led by head coach Derek Sweeney and Coach Stevens. With a total of 19 girls on our team, led by our seniors Lauren Zirkelbach, Lindsay Gentile, Audrey Hirsch, and Lexi Cole, this team was a force to be reckoned with.
The soccer team's overall record was 11-7, and they came out with a winning season. Now sending it over to Tor to interview one of our senior captains, Lauren Zirkelbach.
Thank you for coming, Lauren. We have some questions about your time on the field. What was one of your favorite memories from the season?
I wouldn't exactly say it was one memory, but just like watching our team get more confident, especially as the years go on. So I remember freshman year going into games thinking, how much are we going to lose by this game? And now it's us going in with confidence knowing that we have a very good chance of winning.
How would you describe this year's team?
I'd say very open-minded. We had to change a lot this year with like all the seniors that left and everything, and they've just all been very open to all the things that we've had to change.
What was one of your highlights from the season?
Probably when we beat Mount Vernon, because that's the first time that we beat them in a really long time. So,
who's the most likely team member to get a red card?
I would say either Laura, but that would probably be by accident, or Audrey Hirsch, because she's got some pretty mean elbows when she wants to.
Who is the most level-headed go-to calm person on the team?
I would say Reagan Kester, just because she's always really optimistic and there to go to whenever you need to calm down.
Well, thank you for coming on today, Lauren, and congrats again on the great season. I'm now going to send it back one last time to Cage and Abigail to introduce our final special guest.
So far, our Viking football team is 6-2 overall and 4-0 in conference, with one last conference game against Pike Central. So be sure to come out and support your Vikings as they play the Chargers this Friday with kickoff at 7 p.m.
This past Sunday, our Vikings drew Crawford County in the sectional draw. While we are certainly looking forward to defeating the Eagles in our first sectional game, we want to take some time to look back at the great season we've had so far. And what better way to highlight than by welcoming some of our senior football players to the studio. Maddie, do you want to introduce some of the crew you have over there?
Thanks, Cage. I've got Harold Binder, Clay Douglas, Devin Linkenschnitt, Max Minsterman, and Will Leatherhilt with me today. And we thought it would be fun to let them draw some questions at random. Okay, gentlemen, who's up first?
Which teammate is most likely to make you laugh so hard and spit Gatorade out of your nose?
I don't know. Blaylock has some pretty funny moments in my opinion.
Blaylock?
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally, for me, it's Jackson Tucker's no-handed up-down.
That's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good ones. Who was next? There you go.
How long have you been playing football? For me personally, since I've been in like
Fourth grade?
yeah,
That's
third
when I
or
was-
fourth grade.
Fourth grade youth football.
I played a little bit younger, but high school.
What was your favorite moment of this season? Definitely beating Southridge. We haven't beat them in a long time, so it was nice to get that win.
I agree with that one. Yep.
That was sweet.
What was the toughest team to beat this season? I'd go the Southridge game too. I feel like we put it all out there to beat them. So
Yeah.
They took everything.
Yeah, they're probably the best team that we've beaten.
What was your favorite TV show or movie as a kid?
Oh.
Be here for a little bit.
I get
TV show. I gotta go Phineas and Ferb as a go-to.
Scooby Doo.
Oh, Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
I kind of gotta go play. I can probably sing the whole intro.
100%.
I think it's SpongeBob for me personally.
Really?
That's a classic.
Alright. Here you go.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us. Good luck on Friday. We'd like to wish the girls volleyball team luck as they take on Tell City Thursday at South Spencer. And best of luck once again to Max Renshaw, Olivia Eschi, Abigail Pardon, Kate Beeker, and Gavin Wheeler as they each compete at regionals on Saturday. Thanks for joining us on this NPSN Fall Sports Special.